Welcome to the interview today, James. How are you doing? Thanks for making the time.
Yeah, Alex, hello there, and hello to everyone. My day is awesome, and I hope you guys are too.
That's fine. I'm also doing very well. So, James, you are benefiting from this amazing scholarship in China. So today we'll be talking about that and how students can also apply to Chinese universities, right? Without wasting much time, we want to quickly go into that. Kindly introduce yourself to us, the university you are in, the program you are doing, and all that.
Okay, by the way, I'm James P. Smith Jr., a Liberian national, and I'm studying computer science at the Shenyang Normal University in China, Shanxi province, and to be specific, Shenyang City.
That's amazing. So let's go straight to the point. So when students want to apply for bachelor's programs in Chinese universities, what kind of documents are required? Then after that, we'll look at that of master's too. So let's look at the documents that are required first for bachelor's.
Okay, for bachelor, let's start with bachelor. For bachelor degree, first thing you need is your passport. Next, you need of your academic credentials like your diploma, your transcript, and letter of recommendation from your school. Those are the next documents you need. Furthermore, you're going to need a medical report, and you're going to need a letter of recommendation from your environmental community, and you're going to need a police clearance.
Oh, okay, that's really fine. Okay, so we have the documents for students who want to apply for bachelor's programs. Let's quickly look at that of master's too. Are they the same documents, and maybe we add a few more to that?
They are similar, but the difference there is for the master's, you need your degree. You need a degree because you need to have a bachelor before you pursue master, right? So the school is going to ask you for your degree, your transcript as well, which is added to those previous documents I told you, like your medical report, your passport, and all other stuff, your police clearance as well, added to that.
Okay. If a student wants to apply for bachelor's, let's say after they've had all these documents, what's the next thing they'll have to do?
Oh, well, the Chinese are like before, like I came to China in 2018, and at that time, the system was a little bit different for us because what I did was I applied to an agency, and yeah, ED, which I worked with for probably 3 years since I have been here. And I applied to the agency, and all you need to do is you send your documents to the agent. You're going to send the required documents I told you all. You send them, and next thing is they have application fees. So when you pay the application fees, you do the applications, and you send your pre-admission. Next, you have some other legal documents that the school is going to send you along with the pre-admission. And then after your parents sign that, you need bank statement as well. And afterward, you're going to have a JW202 if your documents are accepted. That's what I did in 2018. But for now, we can still apply through agency or agents. But most schools are making it more like accessible. Now they have so many social media. And afterward, I'm going to share some links with you that people can apply to go to various schools or universities, and they can be enrolled. Now, students are not coming to China. A lot of students who left since 2018 or the beginning of 2019, and the beginning of 2020, or they have not returned. A lot of them have continued their studies online due to the COVID-19. Okay, but the Chinese are, what they have done was, and Chinese wasn't recruiting students either. Since then, there have only been like students who have been in China have been circulating in the various schools, but they were not accepting students from outside. But now we have a little good news. It seems to be like the Chinese will open a border soon. So they are accepting students from abroad, where you can register at the school when you get admitted, and then you're going to begin with online classes. You can begin with online classes, and like I made both. I made bachelor degree, master's degree, with the doctorate degree. With all of those degrees, you can have your admission and start studying online. And when the portal opens, you can come on campus.
Have you students in China been given any kind of deadline concerning when the borders will be open so students can come to China?
Well, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Chinese have not given any statement yet, but we have been hearing some rumors that pretty soon things will get done.
Okay, that's fine. So it means that if students want to come to China, for now, the best thing that they can do is that they can apply and start the classes online. Then when it's time open, then they can now begin classes, right?
Yeah, of course.
Now, you spoke about the bank statement. You know, the bank statement is something that most students are really concerned about, because, you know, some of the students don't know how much to be in their bank accounts or in the bank accounts of their sponsors and all that. Do you have any idea concerning the average amounts that should be in the bank statement that the embassy requires? Do you have any idea on that since you've applied before?
Okay, I would like to share this with you. Anyway, actually, schools have different regulations and requirements. Every institution have different regulations or requirements. Okay, this is the first thing. Like for my school, I'm on a partial scholarship here, and my school required me to have minimum of 8,000 United States dollars in my account before coming over here, for which I did. But there are other schools that give, because you have types of scholarships, and there are some scholarships won't ask you to have money in your account either. So that all depends the institution they are dealing with or the scholarship you are on. That's what depends on how much you should have in your account.
Okay, that's fine. So when it comes to application to Chinese universities, one thing that I noticed was that most students who have gone to China mostly use the agents. As you said, you even use the agents. That's the means of contacting agents to help you out, that you pay the agents. Yeah. But that students can do the applications by themselves without passing through agents. Like, do you have any idea about that? Maybe some students don't have the money to pay agents, and then they want to do the application themselves. Is it that easier?
Right now, it's accessible, it's easier, it's possible. In fact, our institution has advised us not to use agent anymore. Like I'm applying for my master's right now. I'm going to be graduating in June, okay, which is next month. And I try to apply for my master's. And I applied at a university called Chang'an University. Then the administrator at that university told our school that we shouldn't use the agent. It's insignificant. Using the agent to apply for you and you apply for yourself, the same thing. You should just go to the link and fill the documents and send the required documents, and you're going to be admitted. There's no need to apply to agents or agencies.
Okay. So now, after has applied to the university, they've provided all their documents. What's the next thing that you have to do?
Like admission have time. The admission, like they're gonna vet your documents. The admission office is gonna vet your document, and some universities have interview. They're gonna interview you, and after a while, they're gonna shortlist all of those who are accepted in that school. For the problem you're talking about, students don't have money to pay agencies. Now, to avoid that, because I was one of the victims of that, I paid nearly $2,000 just to come over here to an agent. Yeah. So what I did was this. I make this my thesis project, and I'm trying to launch it in the App Store. Like, it's a web application. I'm trying to launch it, and I'm probably going to make it an app later on. But right now, it's a web application, and where I'm going to post those various scholarships. It's not precisely about China alone. It's not all about China, but other countries, because over here we have a lot of different information every day. Germany, a lot of scholarships in Europe, in the US as well. Now, all of those scholarships, I'm going to I'm going to put them into my database, and the users are going to be able to log in and see every scholarship that is there, and you can apply from there directly. So probably I'm going to make it, maybe after a while, it's going to cost a little, but just a penny, probably, yeah, something that everyone can afford. Because that's my, like, I see that as a way of helping people to avoid the problem that I've already faced earlier.
That's very true. And in fact, I can't wait for you to be able to do that. Then I'll post it on the channels too, so that other students who want to apply can easily contact you through that database, and then they can have access to all those opportunities.
Yeah. Currently, I have launched it already, and I'm trying to input data. I'm trying to infuse data into the system. That's what I'm on. It's JPS Apply. It's my web application I'm doing. It's my thesis project. Even I have launched it already. But later, if I'm done with it, I'm going to hit you up the link, and you can post it for other students to have it.
That'll be very fine. That'll be very fine. So after you finally finish with it, I can just add a link to that to the description of this video, so that all viewers can easily access it. So let's see how it goes. How long did your process, from the time you applied to the university to the time that you got a visa, how long did that whole process take?
Oh, actually, my process took probably 2 months. Within the time frame of 2 months, I was able to achieve all of that.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So now students have applied to the universities, and then their documents have been reviewed. And what is the JW202? You mentioned about something JW202. What is that?
Oh, okay, it's your final admission letter. We have pre-admission and final admission over here. The Chinese refer to that as JW202. So that is a document you're gonna have to take at the embassy of in your country. That's the document you're gonna have. That's a legal document from the school that you can take to the embassy along with your academic credentials and the rest of the document, like bank statement or health certificate, and alongside your police clearance, you put them together with your school documents, and you can carry out the embassy. The embassy is going to give you the visa once they review it and everything's correct.
Okay, that's fine. So after you have all these documents plus the admission letter, that's the JW202, did you do legalization or notarization at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs? Did you do that?
Oh, no. I don't. Okay. You don't need to do that. What I understood, the master degree there, because I did my bachelor over here in China, I applied for master, so I don't need to do notarization here. But although some universities require that, but for we that have a Chinese degree, they have a degree in China here, we don't need that. But for those those students who are applying from abroad, I understood that you need to notarize your degree before sending it over.
Yeah, that is well understood. So at the embassy now, we are at the point where you've sent all your documents to the embassy. So did you do any interview at the embassy, and also how much did you pay at the embassy back at then when you were applying?
Okay, as I told you earlier, I did my process in 2018, and it wasn't that thing. Actually, at the embassy, you guys asked me for my document, and I submitted the document. And he told me that he just viewed them and asked me which school. He said, like, I'm seeing my school name there. I told him this is the school I applied for. Okay, he asked my name, and I said this. I called my name, and almost like that's it. They didn't bother me either. Like, he just viewed my documents, and it was correct. Most especially, you won't have a lot of tough time at the embassy, because every school you apply to, the embassy, you're in Ghana, right? If you are in, I don't know how you guys call it, county or provinces or what is it, but like I was in Monrovia, within that city where I'm going, I'm going to, like the school is just going to ask you your address. So within that vicinity, the closer embassy there is where you're going to get your stuff, they know it. So they have a website where they can post every student they have given JW202, which is the final admission letter. And the moment you go, they already know who are you. So there is no barrier for interview either.
Oh, okay.
For
That's
my,
really fun.
excuse me, let me make this clear. For Liberia, but I don't know about other places.
Okay, that's fine. That's well understood. So now, you went through an agent. Did you get a scholarship before going to China, the partial scholarship before going there, or whilst you're a student there, that was when you got a partial scholarship?
Okay, like,
Please clarify.
okay, now, okay, let me tell you this. Like, it was like that. It was abrupt. Like, as I got everything together I want. Like, actually, I should pay something like around maybe 18,000 renminbi, which is a Chinese currency. But I did pay 9,000, which is 50% of what I should have been paying here. That's a partial scholarship. I don't have stipends. But there are other universities over here that you won't pay a cent. You won't pay any money for like dormitory fees. You won't pay that. And at times they give you stipends, allowance. Like what I'm going right now, the school I'm about to attend, where I'm going to do my master's, they're going to give us stipend, and I'm not paying fees, and I'm not paying anything for my dormitory either.
Okay, wow, that's really amazing. I wish you the very best with that. So
there are many opportunities for you, those who do bachelor degree too. You can pay something like around maybe 250 to 300 as your allowance monthly, and you're not going to pay a cent for school fees either, and you're not going to pay anything to still. You're not paying anything for your dormitory. You're not paying a cent. Just go and study. That's all they need from you.
Oh, that's really amazing. So now, how do students who apply to universities in China by their own, after they've got their admission, how are they able to apply for the scholarship themselves? How do they recognize those firms that give out the scholarships to students so that they apply?
Okay, well, various universities have a website where you can log into and open an account. And applying is going to be there along with everything. You're going to see the options there, which scholarship you want. Like, you can apply right away. You don't need to come to China before you apply for the scholarship.
Oh, wow, good. So it means that as soon as you get the admission, you can just go to the school's website and apply for the scholarship and even get it before going to China, right?
Yeah. But applying for applying at the university, you apply along with a scholarship. For international students, it's like that. You apply along, like right away. You apply at university, but the university has scholarship. They have different types of scholarship that you can choose which one you want to apply for. Along, they're going to give you that a whole package like that and give it to you.
So are there specific documents that are required for the application of the scholarship? Are there any specific documents that are required for that?
At times, some scholarships have some form you fill in, but it's nothing different from your credentials. Like those same document you have, you get them ask information to fill it in. Probably sometimes they get asked for your parents' name, that is the other information to that, or your environment or other stuff. But it's not really things. It's like similar, they are all like same information, you just fill it in just because of that.
And also, when you apply for the scholarship, are you required to do any interview? Like before they give you the scholarship, they interview you before, or they don't do it that way?
Oh, well, there are some, like all level of the institution. There are some institutions that require interview, like Northwest University. I have a colleague who applied there, they had his interview. Yeah, they did interview him. But like I applied at Chang'an, but I wasn't interviewed. So like all level of the institution you are dealing with, some institution will ask you to do interview, some I want to ask you. So like you should be prepared fully and know, yeah.
Okay, that's well understood. Is one thing I want to know is there any specific stuff you did which you think increase your chances of getting the scholarship or the admission? Is there anything specific that you did that increased your chances? Or do you think there's any specific thing that students can do to increase their chances? What do you think?
Oh, by the way, the first thing you need to do, that if your grades are good, that's the first thing the Chinese look at. You need to have good grades. And all your documents need to be right. Because if there's any fraud within any of your documents, you're going to be disqualified. So, and they save down to the database. Probably you cannot attend any university here anymore because you see that's the 4 year. So like that. So you just have very good grades, that's all. And they are very fair with whatever they do in selecting the students.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, meaning that
okay.
One thing that increases students' chances of getting the scholarship is that they have good grades, right?
Yeah.
As you said.
Okay, and another thing is this, like what I told you about this scholarship, like they have CSE, Chinese government scholarship, and it has some scholarships from the school itself that they all gave statistics what they are different amount. And then there are other scholarships that I just won. I just won a couple of months ago. I think it was posted on the news there back home, and it's called the Shenzhen Scholarship, where students compete. The students with the highest grade, they can, maybe probably you guys are 50 students, maybe they take 35% or maybe 10 or 12% of the highest, and those guys are the ones who benefit. And like they gave you cash.
Okay, that.
So
Wow,
those kind of things to encourage students also. I won that. I won myself for $2,000. Yeah, a few months ago. Yeah.
That's really well.
Yeah, so those are stuff to motivate students.
Okay. Another thing I want to know is that Another thing I want to know is that there's an African student who is applying to a Chinese university and also for scholarship. Does the fact that maybe the African student speaks Chinese or is it HSK something, this kind of certificate, this Chinese certificate, does the fact that the student speaks Chinese increase their chances too?
Oh,
what do you think?
Possibly. If you speak Chinese already, you stand a better chance. Like when I came on here, I couldn't say the word in Chinese and I had to come and start over. But right now, I'm like a local, I speak Chinese. Yeah. Well, you haven't if you have learned Chinese already back home, a little bit of Chinese, I guess you're going to increase your chances. Like you're going to make life easier for you when you come over. That's the most important thing. But most schools want to tell you if you cannot speak Chinese and you want to read your courses in Chinese, maybe you have to attend for the first 1 year. You have to learn Chinese, learn how to speak Chinese and write it. Then you can do your courses. But most often, a lot of international students, we do study English. So like we don't really mind.
Okay. I think a friend told me some time ago that if an African student, or let's say an international student who comes to China and then they agree to study their program in Chinese, they also stand a higher chance of getting scholarship if they decide to study their program in Chinese. Is that true?
Yeah, it has a lot of advantages because like you can participate in a lot of favors, like programs and other stuff. I mean, you can penetrate the system easily. Yeah, you are likely to get a job here after you graduate as well. So speaking Chinese gives you a higher advantage, to be very fair with you on that, on a fair note.
Oh, okay, that's really fine. Now, concerning students, before this interview, one student messaged me and he was like, he want me to ask you whether in the course studying, let's say after the students has finished studying in China, is it possible that he can work there in China or he has to necessarily come back home? Or let's say if as he's studying in China, is it possible that he can be working part-time as a student and also working? Is it possible that way or it's kind of illegal? He said that he wanted to know about that.
Okay, this is it. Like for the past time, Chinese regulations about international students is becoming more better and it's changing every time. Okay, now it's being better because I think 2 months ago, Chinese foreign minister posted that international students who work a part-time job or in consent of the university for which you are attending, in consent of your institutions, that's the only way you can have a part-time job. Earlier, you couldn't, it was illegal to do any part-time job while studying. As an international student, you risk deportation if you get caught. And after, as you said, as you asked, if you study in China, all depends your capability, your competencies. Like you can get employed by any company, or if you don't, if you graduate, you have to go back home. Like you have to find your way. No one can find a job for you. I guess you go back home. So like if you want to stay over here, you can apply. And if you're accepted, you stay here. I know some students who have graduated and they didn't work and things been fine.
Okay. Now, one thing that interests me the most is that it is true that most students, let's say some students get the visas, that's they get approved for their visas, but a very high percentage of students too tend to be rejected of their visas. What do you think is one thing that makes students not to be approved of their visas? Or what do you think it is that causes students to be rejected their visas, so that students who are watching this and have plans of applying in China to universities in China can employ this in the application so that a high majority of the students can gain their visas approved? Yes. What do you think?
Well, it left with the first of all, like I will tell you, like is the decision of the embassy. That's the first thing. Okay, Chinese have a lot of regulation concerning international students. But one thing I will let you guys know is this: every document you send over here should be the original one. It shouldn't be forged. That's one thing the Chinese really didn't specify about. On the contrary, like I mean, like a bank statement, because they understood that most Africans, like if they said, okay, this is my bank statement, it's something like they just went to make a Photoshop, and I guess you know, it's obvious. So like you should be real. That's what they want.
Okay, that's fine. Also, for the whole application process, is there any specific parts of the application that I think that students should pay so much importance to, since it's kind of plays a major role in their being admitted in the university or in their being accepted for the scholarship? Is there any part of the whole application which you think is very important that they should pay much more importance to?
Okay, I would like to tell you this. Sorry. I would like to tell you this, like, first of all, you have a passport that is valid for more than 6 months. That's very important for, besides being applying for a scholarship, like every country you go to, like abroad, you need to have a passport that is valid more than 6 months. Okay, that's the first thing. And then like your medical results, you should be you should pay attention to that, like be real with that. Because in fact, when you go for the medical checkup, the moment you arrive in China, you are going to the hospital again for checkup. And when it doesn't, if the both record doesn't correspond, they're going to send you back. I had a countryman who experienced that, and he spent 3 days in China and he went back home. So like I'm telling you, sure, yeah. So they want us to be real, send original documents, like everything should be facts.
Okay. So it means that all the documents that should be sent should be real documents. Students should try to fake anything, and they should just carry the exact documents that are required by the embassy or by the university, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So this one is a very important part. Aside to go to China, and also aside the money you pay to the agents, averagely, how much did you spend in the whole process? When you take away the plane ticket, since the plane ticket can vary, and also when you remove the agent fee, since students can apply for them by themselves, how much did you averagely the whole process?
Well, right now it's very easy for every student to be very fair with you. It's very easy because like you don't really even bother to apply to agencies anymore. If you're applying by yourself, like some schools, they charge registration fees, which is sometimes maybe about 400. It's about 400 Chinese currency, which is about, which quarter going to be, is probably if you convert it about 65 to 70 or United States dollars. Some charge 600 for your admission fee, for your application fee, sorry, and that's all. And that's all you pay, like that's what they need right now.
Okay. So it means that fee, and then maybe they pay their visa fee, and then they pay for their
Yeah. You
police.
just pay that amount is currently was it for application fee, like registration application I supported. But then like right now, like I left China, I had left Liberia, I left Africa for probably almost 3 years plus. And I don't know if the visa price is changing, but I did pay 90 United States dollars for my visa. So
Okay.
it's not, I don't think it's very expensive.
Okay. So, James, there are so many viewers who are watching this interview, and most of them want to come to China to study. As we conclude the whole interview, I'd like to know what your final words are to viewers who are watching and they have plans of studying in China. Some of them have misconceptions, thinking that the process may be too expensive. Some of them think that they can't make it and that maybe competition is too high and all that. But what would be your final words to viewers who are watching you from various parts of the world today?
Well, I would like to encourage everyone from back home and around the world watching, every viewer, like you don't have to underestimate your self-belief, you can make it. Like it's not about favoritism that they say, oh, they know this guy, so they favor him. That's why you got accepted. No, the Chinese are not like that. Like if you have the right stuff that they want, they're gonna choose you definitely. So just don't be reluctant. Try it, have a try. After this interview, I'm going to send you some schools link for which people can use to apply, and they can get accepted to the universities. They can start online, and later when the portal opens, they can come over.
Okay, that'll be very fine. So when you send all those links, I'll add all of that to the description below. So viewers, kindly look out to that. When you watch at the description below, there'll be the links to all those universities that he'll be sending with respect to the applications and also with respect to the scholarships. Okay. So James, I'd like to thank you very much for your time today. Is there any other thing that you want me to talk about that you think I didn't mention?
No, don't mind. It's okay. Like that's all we have. But anyway, I would appreciate every viewer and everyone there. Like again, I want to motivate you guys, like encourage you guys to be able to try your best. This is the best way we can change Africa by having more educated people. This is the best thing to do, to be educated. That's it.
Oh man, thank you so much, James, for having time for us to do this interview. I really appreciate it. We look forward to interacting, and have a good day.
You are most welcome, bro. Like you can, and each time you need me, just hit me up. I'm gonna be definitely there.
Thank you so much. Okay. Bye-bye then.
Have a blessed day. Goodbye.
Okay.